Dear sales professionals, welcome again. And thank you for all your questions. Thank you for all the feedback. Thank you for all the inquiries. It makes us want to do more of these videos, and it makes us want to, preach about sales and everything good surrounding sales. However, there's one of the questions that struck us most, and that was very, very much recently. Sales professionals reached out asking if, how they know if they're built if they're built to sell. How do they know, not just how do they know if they're built to sell, how can they make like the expected revenue or hit their quota or their targets, anyhow you want to place it, every month or every week or daily. How are they going to go about this? They're confused. They're saying, oh, are some people built to sell? Are some people not built to sell? Well, I must say, selling isn't easy, but however, it can be for everybody. In fact, everybody sells one way or the other. You sell to me every day, I sell to you every day. We wake up in the morning, we meet ourselves, on the way, we meet ourselves in the office. We meet people, who even ask us about what we do, and that's already selling. By the time you're explaining what you do, you're already selling. But here is it. Here is my response to our sales professionals who want to know if they're built to sell or if not. Now, you are built to sell because the trajectory of life has placed you as a salesperson. So it means that somehow nature knows that there's something about you that you can, use positively, especially in sales. How is this, or how would you go about this? Easy. Role play. Role play is the key to asking yourselves every day, or even positioning yourselves every day, especially when there's no cash on the table, especially when there's no, nothing to, gain from it. So you're doing it, you're doing it, easily, and you're also doing it with your team. You're having role plays with your team. You are positioning yourselves in different ways. If I'm a nice customer, if I'm not a nice customer, if I'm a knowledgeable customer, if I'm not a knowledgeable customer, what would happen when this customer walks in? This role play doesn't always just work for only you alone who's a salesperson, but even for, the other team members around you who, one, may just have been employed recently, or two, may have lost touch with their sales expertise and their sales wherewithal, let me put it like that. But then again, role play is the key to having you believe and having you accept that being in sales is all worth it. So let's do some role play today. Have your teams, split your teams into two. Have some of them who would be the customers, have some of them who would be the in fact, split your teams into three. Have some of them who will be the customers, have some of them who will be the observers, and have some of them who will be the clients themselves who walk in. Act like a good client, act like a bad client. There's no bad client anyways. But act like those clients me and you know that we talk about when they leave. You know what I mean? Act like them too and see how it goes. Have observers observe you. Have observers observe everything you do with your team that day. And guess what? I'd like to hear the feedback. I'd like to hear how you feel after you have done some role plays. I'm not saying do role plays today, tomorrow. Do role plays for up to 2 weeks into the month, and then let me know. Ciao, see you in the next video.